Guess what starts today? The Father's Day sale. The link's below. You go to shopstcg.com and you get what you want. But the more you buy, the bigger discount you get, buddy. How great is that? Buy one thing, get a discount. Buy two things, get a better discount. Buy three things, get a better discount. It's the best sale ever. If you don't know what to get for the old man, we got your back. All you need is us. If breakfast is the best meal of the day, not most important, but the best, this Vietnamese steak and eggs is going to be the best meal of your life. Okay, maybe that's a little much. Okay, it is a little much, but just you wait. Steak and eggs, we have it all the time. Well, if that's your thing. And I don't have it all the time, but I do enjoy it. But this one with the Asian flavors in the steak, all cooked in one single cast iron pan, there's some onion and tomato, and famarón. That's not Vietnamese, that's some version of, I don't know, Jersey Italian. But it's fantastic. We make a marinade, it's kind of it. Then you're just cooking some stuff in a cast iron pan. So let's get on it, Sparky. We gotta eat. All right, here we go. In our little container, we start with a tablespoon of oyster sauce. Forget the measurements. The recipe's below. You don't need to write this stuff down. Little soy, little fish sauce. Classic Vietnamese flavors with the fish sauce, that's for sure. Some garlic. Oh, get off the sides. Ow, that's messy. How's that? Is that better? Little brown sugar, little hit of oil, neutral oil, and some baking soda. Now you remember we've used baking soda before, the Chinese beef and eggs and something else recently. It tenderizes the beef in a beautiful way. So this, I can just close this, and now I'm just gonna mix this up. This is not a fancy process. All right, you got that good? Put it off to the side and grab your steak. And here's what I'm using. Hanger steak, that's a half a pound. This is a one-person breakfast. I can eat a half a pound of steak. Boys, no problem, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. So these guys we're just gonna cut across the grain into little bites like this. Cut everybody up. And by the way, if you've not found hanger steak, cooked it, experimented with it, whatever, you want to because it's really good. It's one of my favorite steaks lately. And it comes in this long, thin piece, generally. All right, get your marinade back, put your bites in, seal her up, mush it around, and when everybody's nicely coated, just let it sit out for about a half an hour. If you're not gonna use it for 2 hours or 3 hours, put it in the fridge. But if it's just 30 minutes or so, it can sit out. We're not gonna see this again until we're ready to cook. We begin with a cast iron pan over medium-high heat and add some butter. And as the butter melts, we add some sliced onion. Lovely. We just want to make sure that the onion gets covered with a little bit of the butter and the whole thing will start to soften over the next 3-4 minutes. Until then, there's not a lot to do. And when they've softened a little bit, tiny bit of browning, push them away, clear a little spot. Now we're going to add our marinated steak. And I'll talk over the gardeners. Wow, I'm telling you, that hits and the smell is crazy. So try and get a single layer and we're cooking. You know this is not gonna take too long. So I say let's give it about a minute or so and then we'll flip the pieces over. But look how beautiful they are. That's nice. Hanger's a great steak. You know what, in Sam the Cooking Guy and the Holy Grill, shameless plug, but here, let me show you something. Here, some of my favorite steaks, and there's the hanger right there. Look at that, long and thin, huh? I love that page. And by the way, if you have the book and you haven't shot the QR code, it'll show you something you don't know about that picture. But right now we have to cook. So let's flip these guys. So you can see when it's thin, it really doesn't take very long. Oh, but the smell, ladies and gentlemen, even with the sound of the gardeners and the Air Force going overhead, or the Marines, I think it's the Marines from Miramar. So now this also is not gonna take very long. So now we can do two things. I'm gonna take this, kind of push it this way, and I'm gonna add some more butter right here. Get that all nice. And then 2 eggs. But because I don't want to take a chance they break going into the pan, I broke them into a little cup first, and then they go in. And one more thing, clear a little spot back here for some tomatoes. Snug those guys in. Now look what's happening. You've got your eggs cooking, you got the tomatoes working on the other side, the steak is ready, the onions are ready. Oh Lord, this is the greatest day on the planet. Now you're just waiting for the eggs to get where you want the eggs to get. There's a lot of flavor in this already from the beef, but I cannot have eggs cooking without a little salt and pepper on top. If you want to put a little lid on it, you're welcome to do that. Just know if you do, it will cloud over the yolks, and that's not really anything I'm a fan of. I gotta have one little bite. Ow. Oh, You're gonna be so happy. And wait till you see how you eat it. Wow. All right, we're almost there. A little white to firm up right there. And then let me show you how it finishes. All right, here's how we finish. A little fresh baguette, a little hit of cilantro because it's beautiful, and an extra little pat of butter right there on the steak to make it even better than it already is, which is almost impossible. All right, here's the way to do this. And I forgot one thing. This is a little pate. It happens to be chicken liver mousse. There's a little truffle in it. You just buy it. I mean, or you can make it. I'm not making it. Here's the move. You get a little piece of bread. And don't forget, the French influence in Vietnam was really important. And pate is something that's in almost all banh mi's, just making it even richer and more delicious. So I've got a little of the pate. You don't have to do it, but I think you should. Some of the onion, right? Now a beautiful piece of the steak. Now I'm just gonna take this, bust into that glorious yolk. Oh, and have this be like the world's best breakfast bite ever. Wait for it. All right, and a little bit of the white on here. Oh my God. Too big a bite. So amazing. So amazing. I love breakfast in this country, but breakfast in other countries, that should be a whole series. Breakfast in other countries. BIOC. Damn it. The pate thing for me is key. It adds a richness and a smoothness that you just don't get in regular breakfast food. All right, I'm gonna stop so the boys can all have some. And Jill's back there. Hi, Jill. And I just want to say thanks for hanging out with us. If you're not subscribed yet, become a subscriber. It means you like us, because we certainly like you. We put in a lot of work to make these videos for you. So your food life won't be boring. It'll be much, much more interesting. Right, gardeners? Right. And if you become a subscriber, you might see your name on the screen like this, and that means you win one of those Sam the Cooking Guy knives. So get off the pot, Sparky, and hit the subscribe button.